Hello, everybody, and welcome to an Ikoria draft here on the channel. Before I dive in, I do want to remind you that if you enjoy the video, be sure to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment in the comment section down below. And today I also want to welcome special guest Kyle Rose, known as TheHamTV on Twitch. He is a prolific streamer and a great player. He has won a Pro Tour in the past, and he has also won a US Nationals before. So he's a great player. He does a ton of limited, and he's always near the top of the ranked leaderboards on MTGO, and he's going to be helping us out today and giving his thoughts on the format. Welcome to the stream, Kyle.
Hello. Good to be here.
So what have you been thinking of Ikoria so far? Have you been enjoying it?
I have a lot of thoughts about Ikoria. I hated it at first. I don't hate it so much anymore.
What caused? Yeah.
To me, it's not like a normal limited format. It's your deck kind of does its own thing a lot of the times.
Mm-hmm.
And it feels like the drafting is super good. And,
yeah.
There's a lot you can do. The decks, a lot of different cards go different places. But sometimes the gameplay, like if one person's deck kind of does its thing and the other one stumbles a little bit, games don't tend to be all that close.
Yeah.
And the fact that there's really no like blue control deck that's viable, I don't like that too much. Like that was like kind of the most fun I have in drafts is like getting that deck and kind of getting it to do its thing and locking the game up. And
yeah, and
just don't really have that here.
The late game inevitability and stuff like that.
But the drafting is really good.
Awesome. Well, hopefully we get ourselves a good draft here. Do you have any hot takes or cards that you're hoping to open that you think people are too low on?
I don't know if these are really hot takes. I don't really ever draft green.
Okay.
I don't much like mutate. Since I don't draft green, it's tough for me to get into blue because I don't think blue black and blue white are very good.
Okay.
Now anything can win if you get a good version of it. So when I say I don't think these decks are good, I just mean that a lot of the times they're hard to come together.
Mm-hmm.
So I tend to go red white, red black, black white a vast majority of the time. Sometimes red blue. Tends to be if I start off red and end up blue.
Okay.
This is a really good pack. I think Fiend Artisan is actually probably better than the Fox.
Mm-hmm.
The Fox is great.
Yeah.
Fiend Artisan's really good though.
Mm-hmm. I think is this one of the cards that can get you to draft green, or are you hoping to be like a black X deck and just avoid green still?
I think it's just fine in a black deck.
Mm-hmm.
Black red particularly, but
what about like where would you take Blood Curdle versus Fox? Would you take the Fox over the Blood Curdle?
I'll definitely take Fox over it, yeah.
And you take Fox over just everything else in the pack?
Oh yeah.
Okay, because I think I go Fiend Artisan, Fox, and then Blood Curdle here.
Yeah, I agree, and I could see Fox being better than Fiend Artisan, but I'm not sure. But Fiend Artisan was really. I've only had it a couple times. It's Mythic. I've had it like twice.
Mm-hmm.
It's been really good though when I've had it. So.
Yeah, I had it when I had a Kogla in my deck, and just being able to get Kogla was just unreal. So we've got a Fiend Artisan, and we're hoping to avoid green with your strategy here.
And then I mean, if there's some green cards I like the Back for More. It's a really good one. I just kind of want to avoid being like a base green deck at least.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't like the whole green mutate onto my stuff very much.
Yeah, because it just
opens if I want to mutate onto like a friendship and have a few mutators, not build some huge stack.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That makes a lot of sense. So in this pack, what are you gravitating towards? Do you like Enclave as a rare? There's a couple cyclers.
I've never played Enclave. I would probably just take Stinger.
Yeah.
I mean, this pack's pretty weak, I think. Mm-hmm. I think Swallow Hole's okay. I don't think it's great.
Yeah, but then we have to be like, which color combo are we playing? We're playing black, white, with Swallow Hole and Fiend.
Stinger, like anything with cycling is pretty nice with Fiend Artisan because it just grows it.
Mm-hmm. So it's like a combat trick and a cycling payoff. So
yeah, or you just get it out and it's big when it comes out already. So.
Yeah, definitely a good pickup.
Stinger's not great in the black-red deck, but I think it's probably the best thing here.
Yeah, I had a black-red cycling deck that just had 3 Stingers and used that to win. Yeah. But I agree that you'd rather pair it with other colors. So here we have a Fiend Artisan and a Stinger, and then in this pack there's a Reconnaissance Mission, Pacifism, Go for Blood is a 1-mana cycler, there's a dual land, Gust of Wind. What are you gravitating towards?
The only cards I really am drawn to are the Pacifism and the Go for Blood. I think I would just take the Go for Blood.
Are you a fan of the cycling deck? Like, do you try to soft force it in most of your drafts, or do you just like wait to see if it's open a lot of the time?
I mean, I'm gonna play this card most any deck. If I'm black red, I'm looking for like Wolverines and stuff, anyways. And you just kind of have some bigger creatures. Like it can actually just be a removal spell a lot more in the black red deck than in a cycling deck.
Have you found that the black red like sacrifice archetype has come together, or is it more of like a just incidental couple sacrifice synergies?
It's both. Sometimes sometimes I'll have a lot of the act of treason and sacrifice stuff, and then other times it'll just be a good curve of creatures and removal.
Yeah.
It can kind of go either way. I mean, weaponize is like just premium. Weaponize the monsters.
Do you play that?
I absolutely love that card.
Do you play it in any red deck or specifically red black?
No, pretty much red black. I mean, I've had a few red white decks I've played it in, but it doesn't go great there. So I would just take the Stinger again.
Yeah.
I mean, if we know we're going to end up red black, like I think Wolverine's probably better, but you have 3 cycle cards. Who knows? Maybe you see a flare.
Yeah.
It's unlikely, but you never know.
And then after the Stinger, we would take Wolverine for sure, and then
I would, yeah.
Yeah, after that it gets a little bit dicey. Maybe like Sandworm or Officer, but it's a lot worse after that.
Yeah, it's a lot worse.
Okay, so we've got some pretty nice cycling stuff here, and now there's a Snare Tactician. Yeah. There's also a Boot Nipper if we wanted to stick to the Fiend Artisan.
Yep.
Zagoth.
It's close, man. This is close. It's those 2 cards.
Yeah. Ram through a distant third or fourth, even after the Zagoth Mamba.
Yeah. I mean, I would even take the Frostveil Ambush over either of those.
Oh, yeah, good point. 1 mana cyclers are key.
But, I mean, I think we should go for the Tactician, just because these red cards, while they're good, aren't amazing in black-red.
Yeah, and
if you give up a Boot Nipper, it's not the end of the world for your black-red deck.
It also just
Boot Nipper's good, but I'd rather have Coil Bug usually.
Yeah.
And you have some other 2-drops anyways, so.
Especially in black-red, where you really value the sacrifice abilities, so you can get back Coil Bug over and over. And Snare
you're
Tactician,
looking for like friendships and Coil Bugs, and you already have Stingers that you can kind of put in the 2 slot if you are black-red. Yeah, I agree with this Ambush for sure. I think I'm just going to try to go cycling. I mean, it seems to be available. We gave up a Fox, which was a big thing to give up, but whatever.
Yeah, sometimes you got to make a little sacrifice for the greater good.
Yeah.
Because if we'd ended up in a black deck, Fiend Artisan would have been like one of our best cards by a lot.
So I don't ever play these lands in cycling unless I'm more than 2 colors. I don't usually play them much anywhere unless I'm more than 2 colors. I mean, the Charge will be a playable 2-mana cycler.
There's also Coil Bug.
Really good. Yeah, I think I would just still take the Bug here.
Yeah, me too. We could still transition back to black-red.
Yeah, I mean, if Wolverines come around, you're going to want that Frostveil Ambush anyway. Or if you get a Blitz of the Thunder Raptor, there's lots of uses for that stuff. All right, I like the Healer
over Pacifism. Even that's a cool. I mean, I agree with that pick, but I think that's a pick that's unintuitive to some players because Pacifism's just like a good removal spell in quotes. But
I'll say it's closer. It's closer on Arena Best of 1 with the Hand Smoother. The creature curve outs are a lot more vicious. So I think that Pacifism is a little bit better in Best of 1 on Arena than it is elsewhere. But I still like the Healer.
Yeah, I never even thought about that, but that's a great point.
Yeah, and 2-mana cyclers are quite a bit worse in the Best of 1, I think. Like when you're just spinning your wheels, you really get punished on here, whereas sometimes you don't. When everyone's hands aren't too good to start.
So do you adapt your drafting style when you play on Arena, or do you just keep that in the back of your mind when you're playing?
It's more in the back of my mind, but I'll give an example. I would take Raking Claws here.
Yeah, just for more cycling stuff.
Yeah, and it's one you'll cast too. Like I had some cycling decks with 2 flares and a whole lot of cyclers. Whenever I get 2 flares, I just want to play all my cyclers usually.
Yeah, late 1-mana cycler.
Yeah. And I thought they were great, and they didn't just lose, but they would go 6-3 or maybe 7-2 when I thought they were just amazing. And then I had a few that I thought didn't quite get there, and they played a few of the 3/1 Cat, and just some maybe a 4/2 for 3 or something. And I'm like, wow, and they had some pacifisms and rock slide or something, stuff that I didn't think was great, and then it just went 7-0, and I'm like, wow, I think maybe this hand smoother. Plus, people that were watching my stream that played Arena, that I knew were good players and smart, were often disagreeing with my picks. Like, they were like, oh, I would take pacifism there. Oh, I would, take this over that 2-mana cycler. And I think in their little world that was the best pick, but where I was playing, it wasn't.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird.
Really interesting.
Subtle stuff.
The last of that pack was pretty boring, so not much discussion there.
Yeah, there wasn't much to say there.
Last pick,
I went on a little rant.
Yeah, I liked it. It was good. I liked the little rants. Also, welcome to the chat, Boost and Corpus. Welcome. But yeah, here I think Valiant Rescuer, just a great payoff. Our cycling deck looks pretty
absolutely.
open. I did have
that's probably gonna lock us in.
Yeah.
Unless we wound up black-white somewhere and just played all these red things for cycling, or
that is true.
Weird.
All of our red cards do have cycling, which is
we don't really want to do that, I don't think. But
yeah, if this weren't in the pack, I'd probably take a 1-mana cycler for our deck. Though I do like Yorion a lot in other decks.
Yeah, I would not companion it. I mean, you could take it, like, if this wasn't here.
Okay, and now there's a Moloch, there's a Porcuparrot, which we aren't really out on the track for. There's a Rock Slide. Yeah. There is a 1-mana cycler that we could just take.
There is. I think I like the Moloch. I mean, it's good anyways, but we have like Stinger, Rescuer, like a lot of stuff that it gets back.
And even Go for Blood. I like it with Go for Blood a lot because it's a big body on its own.
Absolutely.
So you can get that back to Go for Blood.
I mean, we have a Rescuer and a Healer, but we don't have... I mean, not a Healer. We have a Rescuer and a Tactician. But other than that, we don't have a ton of need for just 1-mana cyclers, and we have a decent amount. Like, it's not like we have a lot of Marmosets in the Reflection. Where you kind of like want to hold some of them,
Yeah.
So I think this is a pretty easy Moloch here.
Yeah.
He's going to fit good.
Would you take the 1-mana cycler after the Moloch, or would you still take
yeah, I would take it. Yeah.
So here,
I don't even know what else was there.
Yeah, there was a like random.
Nothing caught my eye.
Me neither. Me neither. Here, there's another 1-mana cycler. There's also a Raking Claws, if we would prefer that. There's a Chittering Harvester.
Yeah, I'm taking the 1-mana cycler. I would almost always, I think, over Raking Claws. And Raking Claws, I've won a lot of games with it. When you have Marmosets and the Dinosaur Enchantment, it's really good. But I still think I would need a lot of that stuff. Maybe like 3 Dinosaur Enchantments or something before I would think about taking it over a 1-mana cycler.
Yeah. Also, thanks for the subscription, Daddy Glub. But yeah, I like getting more 1-mana cyclers. And then here there is Lord Dracus, which is sometimes okay, but a lot of the time hard to cast. There's just a 2-mana cycler.
We have like nothing to get back with Lord Dracus.
Yeah.
I mean, a random cycler and nothing to put it on.
Yeah.
I do play it sometimes. I'll play it in my red-black deck. It's hard to play in red-white sometimes, I guess.
Yeah, it's kind of cute.
There's kind of nothing here.
Yeah, it's kind of cute with Zenith Flare sometimes.
Yeah.
I guess there's a Tigerzilla, which is kind of bad.
Yeah, I mean, you could take that or the Fumes, I guess. Neither one is...
Or we could just take the Dracus in case we get something.
That's fine. Yeah, that's fine, too. I think it's probably unlikely, but who knows.
Yeah. But, I mean, we're not really looking to play any of those cards.
No.
Here, there's another 1-mana cycler.
Yeah.
What's your idea with how many lands you play in your cycling decks?
Honestly, it tends to be between 12 and 14, but I have to look at the deck at the end to decide it. I don't use like a cheat, like how many 1-mana cyclers you have, but
yeah,
it's more like how many of these powerful 3-drops do you have? Like if you have the Flare, you want to play as little amount of lands as possible so you can cycle, and find it at that point in the game. If you're just trying to kill them with your Marmosets and such, you want to make sure you don't miss your land drops. You just really I kind of look at the deck and see what I think it's going to do.
Yeah.
This one's kind of weird because it doesn't have any heavy hitters and it also doesn't have a Flare. I don't think it's bad because it has a lot of cheap cycling, but it's a little weird right now.
And double Dranith Stinger does go a long way.
Oh yeah.
We definitely wish we had that Fox, but really hard to know there, and I think it was still the correct pick.
Yeah.
So here it's between Friendship and the Heat Bonder, which Heat Bonder is kind of off plan, kind of so is the Friendship.
Yeah, I don't like either. I think I would take the Heat Bonder though. That card is a nightmare for some decks.
Yeah, I've had good experiences with it. No, I haven't really played
I
it in
don't. I
cycling.
don't. Yeah. See, I don't end up playing it a lot, but it's. I think it's really good. I like the Moloch here for sure.
Yeah, another late Moloch.
That helps. That helps a lot too. Like that's kind of our heavy hitter now.
Our deck looks really open, so I'm really optimistic for pack 3 because there's like still a 1-mana cycler in the pack. Ominous Seas is the type of card you can sometimes even splash in these cycling decks, so it looks relatively open.
So oftentimes I don't really want removal all that much in my cycle deck, but I think this is one that could kind of use it. Like we have 2 drops that we don't really want to block with or attack with all that much, and then we're trying to get up to 5 drops. So I mean, I might pick some removal a little higher than normal. Yeah, go for blood here for sure.
Yeah, get another 1-mana cycler. We have a lot of 1-mana cyclers.
And yeah, no, the deck has a lot of good stuff going for it too.
Yeah, I'm really optimistic for pack 3 because we're just.
I would rather be in this spot than in the spot where you have a lot of marmosets and not a lot of cyclers.
Yes, even got a coordinated charge, which can be pretty good with our rescuer.
Yeah, it's good. It's also just kind of sneaky good with tactician because you can tap a few things down and then suddenly you get in for quite a bit.
Would you rather take the land or the wilt?
I don't think we're going to need the wilt. I mean, I don't think we're going to play the land unless we find a 3rd color, but I'd still take it, I guess.
Yeah, low cost there. Wow, super late ram through.
Yeah, ram through is a good card.
Yeah, just green isn't the best in this format. Wow, Shredded Sails came back. I think we're like the only cycling drafter, maybe.
It's possible.
We've got a lot of 1-mana cyclers here.
And I like Shredded Sails too.
Like, how many 1-mana cyclers do we have right now? We have... Yeah, Shredded Sails is one of my favorite main deck cycler things because it just, like, comes up a lot. We have 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We already have 10 1-mana cyclers going into pack 3, which is kind of great. Wow, Friendship Wield.
Yeah.
That's ludicrous. Well, we're well set up here. Hopefully we open some good stuff, get past some stuff. What would be the best card to open, do you think?
I mean, Zenith Flare by a lot.
By a lot. There aren't even any rares you'd rather have?
Oh, no.
Yeah, that might be a problem with the format when you're just like the uncommon is so much
I mean,
better.
certainly not for a deck like this.
We got a Narset.
Yeah,
Can't really
I don't
play
like
it.
Narset very much. I don't think it's that great.
Yeah, I agree.
There really isn't much here, but I mean, I take the 1-mana cycler.
Yeah, I had a Narset deck that also had the Whirlwind of Thought card, and it was just kind of a nice flavor win. But she's like solid, but not like anything too special, and definitely not a card I like to splash in my like aggressive cycling deck.
Yeah.
But never too unhappy with a 1-mana cycler. And then kind of whiffed on this pack too. There's a 2-mana cycler.
Yep.
There's a rare missing, so it's not like we didn't. Yeah, so just unfortunate on the way this pack broke. But
yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna panic yet. I don't think
neither.
we need to take. Do we have a Tigerilla in the sideboard? I don't think we do.
We don't.
But, no, I mean, I'd rather have him than that 3/4 or whatever, anyways. But I would just take another Sails, I guess.
Yeah, another cycler. I mean, we could do a lot of work with Dranith Stinger, and here's another Dranith Stinger versus a Snaring Tactician. This is actually really close for me.
It is. It is close
because I love getting multiple Stingers out on the field. It just kind of ends the game. There's a non-zero chance that Tactician wheels.
I think the Tactician's best for the deck, but I could go either way with it. I could be wrong on that. I don't know. I mean, the only thing I like about it is it just lets you attack with your other 2-drops, but
yeah, we already have a few.
I mean, we can take a Stinger if you'd rather.
No, I'm fine getting the Tactician. Tactician is really important, and getting multiples of those is also like back-breaking for a lot of decks.
It beats a lot of decks, I think.
Ooh, yes.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Oh, yeah, the Fox coming back around. Really nice. Yep. Whew, that's pretty excellent. Fox, and then after that, it's kind of like Cathartic Reunion or something.
No.
Or no, we take Splendor Mare, and then...
Or Memory Leak, even.
Oh, right.
I just didn't see it. I would take the Mare because you're kind of light on creatures, but sometimes I take the 1-mana cycler over them.
Yeah, I didn't even see Memory Leak in that pack. I was just like glossed over it.
I would take both of those over the Cathartic.
Yeah. And now kind of a blank pack.
Yeah, pretty much nothing here.
Just take a random 2-mana cycler that we won't play, or just take an Oricorn that we won't play. Yeah, just doesn't. That pack doesn't really matter for us. Ooh, a Go for Blood development.
Mm-hmm.
Go for Blood's better than development because we can cast it sometimes.
Yeah.
So now we have Flourishing Fox.
I mean, we can cast it even with the Tactician. Sometimes you can cast it on something.
Yeah.
You know, 2 Molochs. It could happen.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. And now, kind of whiffed again. We could take a Checkpoint Officer.
I really don't like him in cycling, but I mean, there's nothing else here.
Yeah, Spontaneous Flight plus Raking Claws.
You're spending your mana to cycle so often that.
Yeah, I agree.
I think he's just real weak.
I have had decks that have beaten me with Spontaneous Flight plus Raking Claws, so we could take that.
I don't think we're that kind of deck. I think you want to have Marmosets and stuff to do that.
Yeah. Well, we did not see any Marmosets, but we have a pretty solid deck regardless. We could take Blade Banish here if we felt like we needed that.
No, I think I just take Raking Claws.
I think our deck came together pretty well.
Yeah, I think it's all right.
There's a Wilt.
I would take Perimeter Sergeant.
Oh yeah, just as a creature. Oh, we also have a lot of humans.
You got 2 Tacticians that can tap stuff down. I think we might play it.
Yeah, also
from the looks of things. I mean, it looks like we're gonna play it.
Works with Rescuer.
Yeah.
Ooh, late memory leak.
That's a good one.
So currently our deck is looking pretty good, I'd say.
Yeah, we're probably gonna want to get another card or 2 in there, but that's okay. Figure something out.
Yeah, we have some playables in the sideboard.
Yeah, you just have so many. This deck is just so cheap.
Yeah.
There's no reason to play more than 14 lands here, and that's on the high end for this deck, I think.
Yeah, our big top end is like Rooting Moloch.
Mm-hmm. Don't even have like the not that you really want them, but I got to take the leak. I would play a Cathartic.
Yeah, I was like, I can't believe the leak is still in the pack. It's crazy.
Yeah. We don't have Serpents either, the 5/5 haste guy. I mean, not that we like need it, but it's just something else to do with the mana later in the game.
Yeah, agreed. We have a lot of cycling stuff. I wish we had a second Fox, but we can't live in the past. That's not how draft works.
I'm pretty happy with that second Tactician, though.
Yeah, I'm glad we have that. We needed some way to use the cyclers to advantage. This mana base.
Besides just trying to like only ping them with the Stinger. Like if they get anything of their own going on, like we don't really have much to interact otherwise.
Yeah.
And with no flare, it's tough to just kind of like get into a race where you're just cycling and doing damage or 2 here and there.
Yeah. So we have a decent amount of little payoffs here. I like the Perimeter Sergeant as like just a playable for the deck.
Yeah, I like it.
And then we have Vantasaur we can spend mana on. 2 Molochs really does help with our mana problem. So we have 11 lands here, so we could add 3 lands and just run it like this, or we could try to run 13 lands.
What else do we have?
We have a Forbidden Friendship. We could run an Alert Heat Bonder.
Yeah, I don't hate the Heat Bonder. He gives us. Well, I don't know if we want to get time though, because we don't have a flare, so maybe he's not so good.
Yeah.
I don't know what. I feel like you could easily play 13 lands. Like you're not.
Yeah. I
agree. The only cards you have that you want to like hold your cyclers for, like in your opening hand, I mean, are like the Rescuer and the Fox. We don't have that 3/2 Sabertooth that pings things.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think anytime you open up a hand, you're just going to cycle a 1 mana cycle. Like basically always, unless you have the Fox.
Yeah.
And there's so many of them, you're probably going to do it even when you have the Rescuer.
Yeah.
So when you're always doing that, I don't think we need 14 lands, but we need to have something worth playing.
I could see running Spontaneous Flight for the combo with Raking Claws kind of as like a late game combo to assemble. I think it's like you could just hit him for like 8 out of nowhere.
I mean, I'd rather do it than a 14th land. Other than that, the Friendship is playable.
Yeah, those are the two I was thinking of.
Probably one of those two.
Yeah, the question is whether or not we'd rather have two
The
1/1s.
officer's completely off plan, and putting in like a 5-drop for that 4/4 doesn't make any sense either.
Yeah,
So,
Lord Rackus is also pretty bad with all of our humans.
no, yeah, he's not doing anything.
Yeah.
He can go on like 2 things that aren't 5-drops and get back a spell that we're gonna cycle.
Yeah, I agree. Exactly. It's like playing 2 mana to get back a 1 mana cycler on something that's already bigger than it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I think
So yeah, I think either one you want to do.
let's start with the flight. I think flight can be a kind of
Okay,
like a
that's
Zenith
fine.
Flare effect. And then we run 13 lands. What's our colors like? We're slightly more
I'm
heavy
gonna
red.
guess we're gonna want one more white. Was my guess. Don't just look at that. Look at the cards we're gonna actually
Yeah.
cast. I haven't done that yet.
Dranith, Fox, Snares. Yeah, I think we do need more white mana, you're right. Because
Yeah,
we have
I
all
would
these
play
1
one
manas.
extra planes. Yeah.
Yeah, because especially with all our cyclers that we're not really planning on casting.
Just look at you look at what you're gonna cast and how early you're trying to cast it. Like
Yeah.
the stingers are your red, but your white is like
Everything
most
else.
everything else. Yeah, you're gonna want a planes more than a mountain.
Yeah. Okay, so this deck looks pretty sweet. It's close between this flight and this Forbidden Friendship for me. Maybe Friendship
Yeah,
would be better.
I don't know.
Friendship also works with Coordinated Charge, so maybe that's gonna push it over. Maybe.
Does it works with the perimeter sergeant a little bit. I mean,
Yeah.
I would lean towards the friendship, but
Yeah, let's do the Friendship.
I don't hate the combat trick. I mean, whatever.
Yeah, let's try the
The
Friendship.
combat trick can kind of work with Gopher Blood too, in a way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, buff the creature up.
It's kind of a stretch.
We can even give our creature flying and then kill it with Shredded Sails. Oh, we can do that to our opponent's creature. That's kind of funny. But yeah, that's going to do it for the draft portion. Let's get to the match. Like the games. Number 38 Mythic right now. You've been number 1 Mythic before, right?
I am currently number 3, which is the highest. I haven't been really like grinding it, but
you're currently number 3. Dang, that's crazy. Just like,
but yeah, 38 is good. I mean, like I've been playing against people in the like this guy's 337. I mean, there's a lot of them.
Yeah, I entered Mythic at number 57, and then I won my next 2 games.
Yeah, I came in a while ago. I think I came in at like 10th, but like I said, it was earlier. There weren't nearly as many of them, and I went between like 5 and 50, pretty like, without too much winning and losing.
Yeah, pretty easy keep, I think.
Yes.
Oh, and we hit the land. Do you like to just cycle something on turn 1 anyway?
Yeah. I would definitely. You want to hit your 3rd land if at all possible, and I mean you're missing 1 stinger damage. That's kind of what I was talking about. There's not much in this deck that's worth like not cycling, so I just cycle the crater.
All the mountains.
Yeah, it's not great.
Yeah. Do you tend to play like Cathartic Reunions if you get them for your cycling decks?
Yeah, I do. This deck, I would play it, but I don't think it's like at its best here because this deck's trying to hit 5 land for those Molochs anyways.
Mm-hmm.
I tend to like it more. The more cycling you're doing, like to try to find a flare and stuff, the more I like it. The more creature curve outs you're doing, the less I like it.
Yeah. So what do you think the line is here? Do you want to just cycle, attack or something? Or
I mean,
they'll be drawing cards.
Start off cycle memory leak, I guess.
Yeah, see what we find.
See what you find. All right, now I like to play land.
And now we can attack in, or we can block and.
It's tough. I mean, it's pretty bad if we block and he's got something, but it's pretty bad if he just gets to hit you with that thing too. The way this game's going, like this game's not going to end anytime soon. He's going to get to use all these cards he draws.
Yeah.
He could also just have a way to like, he could just mutate onto it. I would attack, I think.
Yeah.
I don't expect him to block, but I just don't want to leave it back and then, Dreamtail Heron comes down that would be good actually because you have sails.
Yeah.
So maybe it was good to leave it back and incentivize him to do that. I don't know.
I like attacking. I don't think we can like reliably block.
It's bad if he plays a 4/4 mutator, and it's bad if he just like attacks and leaves up 4 mana too.
Mm-hmm. I think this one, and then we can just kind of like next turn Snare Tactician with Vantasaur up, hopefully.
Hopefully, yeah.
And trading damage isn't all that bad. I mean, even though the card draw is the real issue.
Yeah, if you had a faster hand, like I don't even sometimes I don't care if the otter hits me, but we kind of
Yeah.
don't have much going on, so
Yeah.
the otter card seems a lot scarier.
Yeah, they would have had a dead weight for it anyway. Or maybe they drew the dead weight.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
But, ooh, yikes. I think we have to cycle, try to find a plains.
yep.
Boom.
Still has a lot of mana up. I don't know.
Yeah,
You got to cast it.
Yeah.
But I'm not all excited about it. That's all.
Yeah. I've been playing some more like mid-rangey decks recently, like with like using cycling cards, but then having some more top-end cards, like running. I had a Winota deck that was like splashing Quartzwood Crasher and things like that. That was pretty effective. Ooh, another cycler.
Yeah, I mean, cycling helps with all that stuff. Cycling helps you hit your colors. I mean, you don't have to have a lot of payoffs to want to play some of these cyclers.
Yeah. This game just did not line up very well for us, with us missing our planes.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're cycling Raking Claws here, probably.
What? I don't know. With only 2 mana untapped, I don't think we're cycling anything. I think you can just block that and then Raking Claws.
Oh, good point, good point. Yeah.
I think with them only having 2 mana up, it's worth trying. Like we're really far behind otherwise.
Yeah.
They just get to keep all this stuff.
Yeah. We would really like a Moloch, probably. Do you want to just cast Vantasaur?
Yeah, we better.
3/6 is definitely pretty beefy. Huh. Oh, gosh.
Yeah, I mean, this deck is... It's got a whole lot of cyclers, but if you don't draw the couple of cards at the start, you're kind of cycling into, like, not much, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, we do have a Valiant Rescuer and a Fox, so the games where we have those in our opening hand are going to look a lot different.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Okay, so we can go for blood to kill the otter. While they can't use Bushmeat Poacher.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we got to do something. That's the best we got.
Yeah, and they can't really attack us that well. And we can like tap their stuff down to start getting in for damage like next turn. But yeah, and they only have 1 card.
I don't know if we're getting in for much damage. He's got a Poacher, Coil Bug, a Death Toucher.
Yeah, I'm optimistic.
I agree that you're not going to just die real soon either, but
if we draw a Moloch into like another Active Blood, ooh, they're just going for their value Poacher, get back Coil Bug type loop.
Moloch would go a long ways because it's a 4/4 that kills the Poacher. Moloch would help a lot.
Yeah, I think we cycle Shredded Sails here to try and
I think
tap and dig.
You have to try to find one of those kind of cards. And the fact that I mean, you might get to attack for a little bit of damage. The fact that Poacher got tapped right away.
Yeah. Boot Nipper.
So he's got
with
2
lifelink.
Oh yeah, because he can pump it with the Mentor. Tap that 1/3. Yeah.
Do we cycle this too?
Might as well, I guess.
Yeah, we're in trouble.
I mean, it doesn't really help the attack, but kind of have to try to draw into exactly a Moloch, really.
Yeah.
I mean, another Snare Tactician would be good, too, but...
That was not the ideal draw.
No. That one's good when everything's going right already.
Yeah.
kind of just slams the door a little bit.
Mm-hmm. I've definitely been impressed with Duskwing Mentor relative to where I thought it was at the start of the format. Um,
I think it's probably the best mentor.
yeah, I've liked this one in the
The
Vigilance.
white one, yeah, the vigilance, yeah, that's the other one I think pretty good.
I think Mentor gives the best keyword to fight the aggressive decks, but it's the there's just more Vigilance creatures, so the Mentor for Vigilance works out a lot well
Okay.
in that way. Zach Aw says
Yeah.
hello to you.
What's up, Zach?
Awesome stuff.
Yeah, there's just a 2-mana activation as well.
Okay, so there's a Shredded Sails. We can like tap the Bushmeat Poacher or something.
I mean, I'm. It might be better just to tap on their turn. I don't know. I guess it's fine to do it now.
Yeah, I like waiting too. They'll probably
You can't even cast the fight if we draw the Moloch. So.
yeah. They decided to sacrifice. Makes sense. It's going to be tricky to get back into this one.
Yeah, real tricky.
We do have, if they just blank on everything, we could get Rescuer going, start making 2/1/1s a turn, and we have a Perimeter Sergeant. But even that's really dicey.
He's got Poacher, Coilbug, and Empathy. There's just a lot going on.
They have a pretty solid deck.
Yeah, it seems like it.
Have you gotten to play Slitherwisp at all?
I messed up and I took it before, not thinking that Flash was a different thing than just an instant. So my deck didn't turn out that great. I haven't really tried it for it much after that.
Yeah. What about Otter? Have you been impressed with Otter?
I have not. I've played it a few times, like when I had Lutri or something, but I haven't really found it to be great.
Yeah. I think it's like sometimes it's like not very good on the draw a lot of the time, or if your opponent just like kind of has a nice little start and it just doesn't block very well. But I've been impressed with it in certain decks, like if you have the Herons. I'm not quite as anti-green as you, so I play blue-green mutate sometimes.
Yeah, it can go there. I'm sure. Just that's so slow.
Whoa.
Mutating onto that guy, like.
Do you want to block with our Sergeant? Or just take the damage?
I guess we might as well block it.
Yeah, I mean, this is okay for us. I mean, I'm sure they have something. Wait, they don't?
I don't think so.
Huh.
I think they might just be worried about trying to clear this board because they think they might deck or something. I don't know. Or they don't know you don't have a flare as well. So
Tap.
Not that it would just kill them, but it might give you a lot of life and make it hard for you to lose.
Tap the Poacher, probably.
Yeah, that's the only one that can really block.
We can attack the Mantisaur. Stinger could be okay. Not really.
Something.
I think we just cast the Stinger.
Oh yeah. I mean, a dead weight on that Tactician essentially did nothing.
Yeah, they did just kind of put themselves down a card.
Right. And then trading for that 1/3 was good, so.
Yeah, now even if they kill it, they don't get benefit from the bounty counter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Freakorn, they have shown a lot of recurring card draw engines.
Oh boy. Now
that's not good.
A bit more sense.
Yeah. It loses its bounty counter. Oh no, they killed this.
Oh, yeah. I'd rather that die.
We'll still probably wait.
Yeah, I think you should just wait because
Yeah.
you can gain 5 life from that boot nipper if they're willing to attack in and put a counter on it.
Yeah. They can't really attack past our 3/6, which is kind of nice.
Well, like I say, they could just attack with the boot nipper, and if you block, they're gaining 5 life. so I would still cycle and tap it. I mean, that's better than stinging him for 1, I think, preventing 5.
Oh yeah,
He
definitely.
might not go for it, but if they do, you don't really have anything for that.
Yeah, I find it difficult to see us winning here. I kind of want to just pass so that if we do draw a Valiant Rescuer, we can start
That's
the cycling
fine.
chain.
That's fine. Do that. Hope they don't attack. That's fine.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna win this game with damage. We're gonna have to win by like stalling out with our Valiant Rescuer and then maybe going for an Alpha Strike or something. But
Okay.
I don't think.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, I guess if we're not going to try to kill them, it doesn't matter if they gain life.
Boom, the comeback has begun.
Look at you. Look at you, Mythic 38.
Oh yes, soon to be Mythic like 700 after this loss. But
Yeah.
This I think the Valiant Rescuer is our best path to the comeback here.
I think you're right. You're right.
Okie doke. There's their 5-4. No!
Oh boy.
I think we can concede probably now.
Yeah, that's fine if you want to save the time. I mean, you basically. How many cards are in their deck? Just let me look.
They
at
have
that
15.
All right.
We could still draw Moloch and get back Rescuer, so let's just keep going.
Let's play it out.
Yeah. It could still work.
I mean, they don't even have an attack for damage. Well, a little bit now with that Boot Nipper. No, we just tap it. They can't even attack unless they have removal.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We could still get there. And it would be really epic if we did get there, so.
Yeah, I mean, half their deck should be about lands, almost.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So they have like 10, 11. So they have like 6 lands left. Facet Reader, he does nothing.
Yeah.
This Snare Tactician just sitting on the battlefield is doing great work. As is the 3/6. It would be really funny if they decked out. Oh, come on.
I think it's possible. I mean, we'd have to have a good combination of cards come up, and they'd have to have some, not a whole lot of stuff in their deck. But
do we block the Leech or the Otter?
I would block the Leech. I mean, you kind of want them to draw a card for only 2 damage. I mean, I have a feeling something's going to happen, but
yeah, I'm in that.
It's weird. I don't know. It's
honestly, this game was
block anything. Then
this game was semi-winnable if we drew slightly more spells. But I mean, we didn't draw. Or we drew our spells in better order.
Let's see one more card, anyways.
Yeah, let's do it. We could still chain like 10
it's
cycles.
Only one card.
Let's go. Imagine how afraid they would be of like. I'm just imagining if they had like, if they were afraid of us having a flare, because we actually have like 15 cyclists in the graveyard, which is really funny.
Yeah, this deck would be a lot different if it had a flare. All right, now that'll do it.
Unfortunate, but you can't win them all, and I think our deck is actually the fact that we lived so long in that situation is pretty solid.
Yeah, I don't know. It may be just we didn't draw them all. The deck might have that kind of problem though.
Yeah.
If it doesn't draw some of its stuff early, it's kind of cycling for nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
But we'll see. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
It might still be okay.
Yeah. I think that game also just we missed our white mana on turn 3, which was also a factor. Like if we played
800 and something. There's a lot of mythics.
Ooh.
Yeah, this is a lot better.
This hand is a great one. Any hand with turn 1 Fox is a great one, pretty much. Just gotta hope they don't have Fire Prophecy, but pretty nice here. Ooh, Cycling Mirror, maybe.
A good chance. What's that?
Ooh, second Snare Tactician.
Of course. Okay.
You like cycling here, right?
Yeah, I would cycle the Sail. Yeah.
Yeah, because this card could be really good with Fox later.
Yeah, red, green. I mean, he might be like red, green, blue, but chances are it's not a lot of flying.
Yeah. And we even have a second Shredded Sail somewhere. Okay. I kind of like just getting a Tactician down.
Absolutely. I would attack, though.
Yeah.
I don't think there's much chance but that he held a Prophecy or would cast it. But
yeah. Flame Spill is the card that they could have, but like...
They still should cast that on his turn, too.
Yeah.
I mean, you could potentially have
3/1 mana cyclers.
or one in the +2/+2,
Mm-hmm.
the Will of the All Hunter, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, or fight as one to protect it. Honestly, yeah.
Yeah,
People casting instants on other people's turns is sometimes overrated. Okay, they rock slided it. That's pretty okay with us.
it's fine.
Probably just second tactician here.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Double tactician is really good. I actually like the tactician pick over the stinger, though, given the way our deck works. I think that having 2 tacticians is way better than just having the one.
Yeah, I think so.
Yep. I think we can afford to wait till we get maximum value.
Yeah, sure.
Get that extra ping. Whoa, it just tries to tap us out of white mana?
Yeah, you're not really gonna cast anything, I guess. I would probably have just cycled, but I don't think it matters much.
You would have cycled the stinger?
No. Into the turn, I was gonna say. It doesn't matter much.
Okay.
You did. I don't, because I don't think you're gonna cast anything else than the stinger.
Yeah, the idea was
it does the extra ping. Yeah, no, yeah.
Yeah.
This is maybe better, anyways.
Yeah, it's cool to hear the other side of it, though. I mean, yeah, there was definitely an argument for it.
It's got to be marginal either way.
Yeah, I think that might be game. It is game.
It seems like so, yeah. It's almost got to be.
Double strike and tap both their creatures.
Or just cycle even 2 times, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Either way.
Which way is more stylish to win with?
Lots of ways.
And they've conceded. Boom. Got the victory. Our deck really performed there. We didn't even need any of our other uncommons. Whew. Nice.
Yeah, as long as you can put like anything on the board and they're not doing much.
Yeah. Is there... Yeah, I think our deck is performing pretty well. I think we can... Yeah, 13 lands is definitely doable in our deck for sure.
Yeah, I don't think we want more.
Yeah, we could even maybe go to 12, but we don't have anything good to add, so it doesn't really make sense to go to 12. Just gonna get that extra consistency. Ooh, going against the diamond player. Ooh.
I mean, this is fine.
Yeah.
We have so many cyclers that we'll still have a lot of them after we find. I mean, as long as you find a plane sometime soon.
Zakaw asks what your thoughts are on Stormwild Caprador in cycling or not in cycling.
I would say, okay, you're cycling here, right?
Yeah.
Well, the black card. But,
oh, my bad. Oops. Not gonna matter.
I find it to be undesirable, but a backup plan, I guess. I would play it in this deck probably because we don't have much else.
We go with the Fox here over the Friendship, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. And then we can cycle Memory Leak. Fox is such a good card.
I had the Caprador win me some games once, but it's not something I look to do.
Someone I was against used Caprador. They rock slided it, and then they rock slided it again and gave it double strike, so they hit me for like 40.
The best thing to do with it is the fight spell, but you have to do something, like go for blood, but you have to do something to it first to really get it to fight anything worthwhile.
Yeah.
So you have to like sails it or rock slide it or the arrow, something, you know. All right, so
I
think that
Friendship.
I
think we just go for I think we go for some cycling instead of Friendship here.
Well, do you?
I'm down to Friendship.
I would cycle the Vantasaur myself, and are you worried about arrow? Like, what are you worried about?
More so like I feel like we should definitely attack, and then play a post-combat Friendship if we do play Friendship. Because of arrow, we can play around it. But I kind of wanted to cycle
if we draw another. I would cycle the Vantasaur right now.
Yeah, see what we hit.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I think you just have to make. I don't think you can play around arrow besides not attacking. I mean, I think you should play Friendship. If you want to not attack with the Fox, I'm okay with that. But
yeah, Friendship is good. Get some more damage onto the board.
I think we need to play the Friendship.
And then
you can always get the Fox over the arrow next turn.
Do you want to?
You kind of only have the Fox. I'm okay not attacking with it.
Yeah, and they don't have a Fire Prophecy, or they would have used it already.
No. Or pacifism. I mean, they might have Flame Spell or something, but can't really protect it from that.
Yeah, it can't protect it from everything.
The Fox is like the only action you have, so I'm okay not sending it.
Yeah.
But getting it to 4/4 and then not sending it's just worse. Then
Ooh, so now we can even just fight this Marmoset.
yeah, I would cycle the sails.
Yeah, I agree.
See what comes from that, and then you pretty much have to just fight it, even if you don't hit another cycler, I guess. But yeah, you're gonna fight it this turn for sure.
Marmoset's really
And
scary.
then
I wish we had some Marmosets.
yeah,
Marmoset would be great in our deck.
and now it won't die to arrow at least.
Yeah.
So
I think they might have
it can
arrow
die to
too.
it can die to rock slide.
Yeah. Can't play around everything though.
No, I mean I think you wanted to get in all that damage. Yeah, that's fine.
Oh yeah, this is even better.
Oh boy.
Wow. Just take it. Get wrecked, Marmoset. Then we cycle.
Mm-hmm.
Our deck really does well when we do have one of our threats in play.
Yeah, it changes a lot.
Oh yeah. Oh, and then we hit the Moloch too.
Oh yeah.
And so we can like almost Moloch then fight again. Or we can Moloch, put the Footfall Crater onto our... Oh no, we don't have quite enough mana to do that.
Right. You can also get a 3/6. There's just lots of things.
Boom.
Yeah.
Nice. Feels good. Ooh, back to number 37. Oh.
Nice.
Oh yes, our deck is actually really sweet when we get a turn 1 or turn 2 Fox.
Yeah, I mean, I think that the 3/1 is going to be just as good, basically.
Oh yeah, we have some pretty good
either of
support
those
for it.
things unanswered is going to be great.
Yeah, I'm really glad you
Or
pointed
like
out...
a combination Stinger and Tactician.
Yeah. I'm glad you pointed out that the 3/2 was actually pretty good in our deck, because I think that having just another like 3-powered thing that can hit them is nice.
Yeah, I mean, this deck would have loved Wolverines,
Yeah,
or Marmosets, anything. Like a Wolverine in this deck would almost always be double striking.
yeah, and a 3-mana 3/2
so
double strike is great.
Yeah, so many 1-mana cyclers off that are instants and sorceries too.
Yeah,
It's pretty unlucky that didn't get any of those or any Marmosets really. Oh, here we go.
yeah,
56.
Some real competition now. I think that Capador's not great in multiple Zakaw, especially in a cycling deck. Yeah, just answering chat there. Okay, I think we keep this probably. Yeah. We can cast Stinger. We can cycle Healer on turn 1. Take for some stuff. I'm not currently playing songs right now, and I'll remember it for the future though. Okay.
I like this hand versus a deck that plays Evolving Wilds too. Those usually aren't that fast, and you should be able to set up pretty good with these things. Oh yeah, versus Forest, I like that. Snare Tactician does a good job against these kind of decks usually. Oh, you cycling that?
Oh, were we not cycling that?
I don't think I would have cycled it. If anything, I would cycle the Gopher Blood.
Oh, my bad.
It's okay.
I think I
just feel like with the Tactician, you just want to get creatures on the board, tap their stuff, attack with them all.
Yeah, I was did we have a plains? Did we have a
black?
Did we have a plains at that point?
We did.
Okay, my bad. Yeah, I was not paying
okay.
attention. I think we drew plains return or something, and
we did.
Yeah.
You may have already had it in your mind to.
Yeah, I do that a lot. Just get an attack in. Yeah, but I agree. Playing it would have been better.
I mean, maybe. Like, we'll see. Like, if he just goes and kills your Tactician, it's not a big deal, but...
Yeah.
I would rather have it in my hand than Gopher Blood right now.
Yeah, definitely.
Especially with the charge and the Tactician to possibly tap stuff and attack with 3 creatures when he has no blockers and hit for 12 or whatever.
Yeah. What have your thoughts been on Bastion of Remembrance? Where do you like to
pick? Awesome. I'll first pick it. I love it, but
yeah.
Doesn't seem like it goes in green black very well.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna say it's unplayable in his deck. I don't know what his deck is. Who knows? Maybe he's black red with a green card and he just searched for his forest or something. There's no telling, but I think it's great in black red and great in black white.
Do you generally take it over Blood Curdle?
Yes.
Okay. Well, opponent may have disconnected. I don't understand why they would put so much pressure on whether or not to jump block 2 damage on turn 3.
Right. Yeah, that doesn't seem like something they would do.
Yeah, especially if they're number 56. They probably know what's going on at this point.
Yeah.
Because it's not that easy to climb into Mythic. I mean, you have to play a lot and you have to do pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's kind of easy to get to Mythic, but to have a
Yeah.
decent number, it's definitely not. And then you have to put time into it to get to Mythic.
Yeah. So yeah, you definitely have to know like your fundamentals and have like
Oh
a
yeah.
good understanding of how to play and stuff. So like jumping a
Yeah,
2.
there's a lot more Mythics too now with the human drafts. So
So we just keep going to attacks.
the low numbers are doing pretty well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, not to just keep harping on it, but like probably be playing the 2/2. Now, he might have. Oh, he's got that.
That's what I
We're gonna
figured he
wait.
had,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I figured double strike would be
I
fine.
kind of thought he was going to have the 4/2. But yeah, with 2 forests, I guess I shouldn't really put him on the 4/2.
Oh.
But green black deck probably won't play that too much.
That went okay for us. But yeah, having another 2-drop to play here would be much better.
Yeah, I would cast it. You know, if that Go for Blood was just a 2-drop, you know,
For sure.
it's not the biggest deal.
But definitely a minor, I mean, definitely a relatively important adaptation. Just which 1-mana cycler to cycle can be really important.
Yeah, it's just against a green deck, you're rarely going to fight things. And
Yeah.
if the snare lives, you just kind of want everybody in play.
So do you like cycling here?
I don't think so.
Yeah, me neither. Just figured I'd ask there. Then we just go to combat.
Like, I don't know what's going on exactly. He might just have a Blood Curdle.
Or the fort. Oh, or that.
Batra, that's fine.
We can kill
Just
that.
kill it with sails is better than anything else.
Yeah, our cards have lined up pretty well against them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's kind of nice to be able to cast your cyclers when you have like 6 land or whatever.
Yeah, for sure.
You don't just flood. That's fine.
That is totally okay.
That's the play on 6 mana. Yeah.
These are definitely both fine for us.
So yeah, I would cycle Go for Blood.
Oh yeah, and then tap the 3/1.
Yeah. And then see what comes from that.
Yeah, and then we could. Oh yeah, we got another cycler.
So now you got to decide if you want to like. I guess you probably just want to tap the other thing and get in for 4, or you could attack and charge.
Yeah, I like attacking and charging because I feel like they would block.
Oh, they're definitely gonna block.
And I think using our casting our charge is going to be good for us.
That's fine.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, then you get to tap something else. Yeah, this is good.
And if they don't block,
This kind of assures you another attack because they're losing a blocker. So I do like this a lot.
Yeah, and we even get in the same amount of damage this way. I like casting the cyclers whenever possible if we have a lot of lands.
This is just kind of basically safer. Like the other way, you would have tapped it, attacked for 4, and then if you drew more cyclers, you could have probably tapped his team and like killed him with the charge. But this way is a little safer if you like kind of draw nothing for a few turns.
We'll let them attack us. We're okay with that.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna occur.
Yeah. Oh, they are. They figure we'll just be able to tap it.
I mean, unless they've got, I don't know, that's crazy. Unless they have like another one of those 2/3s. I mean, I guess it's not crazy, but I don't know. Maybe he has the instant thing that comes back and fights or something. No, just doesn't have anything. I think you.
Oh, should have cycled there?
Yeah, probably not.
We have 3 damage in hand for anything we can do.
Yeah.
I am. I think they made the attack because they figured we had a cycler. Do we just let him hit us again?
You got a cycle, I think. Just you're gonna do it anyways.
Yeah.
I would have cycled the development.
Yeah, I have chosen which card to cycle so poorly. Like, I 100% agree.
I mean, it's a 2-mana cycler, but you've got 6 lands. Like, all right, so I would, yeah, exactly. Keep cycling.
Just keep cycling. Just keep cycling. Okay, and then we can cycle a Go for Blood.
Yeah. You should really just cycle this Stinger as well.
Probably, yeah.
Because I mean, they'd have to have another removal spell in hand, or I guess, or a creature. But
and we'd have to whiff.
You'll have
cycling.
2 draws. You'll have 3 draws. Because you have a cycle waiting still too. So yeah.
Oh yeah, the double Moloch. It feels good.
Yeah. And then your draw for your turn. You had a lot of cycles waiting. I think you had to get up to 2 there.
Yeah, and then we just attack.
Yeah, I mean, unless there's like a
boom
that land thing in the graveyard. If you had the land thing, you could Moloch that back first.
Yeah. Ooh, up 10 spots.
There you go.
Feels good playing against good players here. The ulterior motive of having guests, just having them like boost you to high ranks. It's weird that we haven't cast a Moloch yet.
It is weird, and that you've won some games, you know, not casting them.
I was the sentence ended, and I was like, "Damn, the sick burn there." I think this is a solid keep.
Seems just like we kind of would have needed to be casting them more to be winning.
Yeah, I think this is an okay keep. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
2-drop into Snare. Snare is so good in our deck. Taking Dranith Singer over it would have been a mistake, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you have your best cycling deck, like a near constructed version or something, that the Stinger is probably better.
Yeah.
But the Snare Tactician does a lot.
Yeah. Whew.
He gets all your other cards that aren't amazing. He gets them through.
Yeah, and just makes it basically so that your opponent can't attack you or block you.
Yeah, or block. Yeah, it's a good one.
It's a really nice payoff for all of our 1-mana cyclers.
I mean, it can stop like 3 or 4 creatures, because if they attack with 1 or 2 of them and you tap the others, they're just going to die sometimes. So
yeah.
Its threat is like big.
Yeah, huge threat. I was pretty proud because I rated it as like one of the top white commons before the set came out, and I was like, this card looks great to me. It reminds me of like Territorial Hammerskull and that type of card, and then it actually paid off. Feels good.
Yeah, it looked good to me too.
I missed out on I missed a lot of cards, or a decent number, but there was some that I was like, this card looks pretty great.
Yeah, this would have been a tough set to call, really, I think.
Yeah. Okay, Garrison Cat. Have you had experience with Cat? Oh, they got the deadweight. Okay, that's okay.
I've started to play it a little more. I'm not a big fan, though. I like to have a lot of things I can do with it.
Yeah,
like numerous poachers or a couple of mutators, like a lot of things. A couple lockdowns that it can do something with. Like, I don't tend to play a whole bunch of them in my decks, even when I think they look good. And I play it like, you know, basically I drafted a couple Luris decks when I had them, and I'm like, you know what, this card's not that bad. So,
do you like blocking?
I do, because I feel like it's the 2/3 a lot of the time that makes a token.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of like free for them to attack in a way.
Okay.
Punished. I mean, that's not. I mean, you are kind of, but
not the worst.
That's not that bad of an exchange.
Yeah.
I think it's just so likely that it's that 2/3.
Yeah. So now we cycle Footfall, right?
This is just a bad spot. I mean, we got to have Molochs against this deck, I think, especially against like that Weaponize.
Yeah. We'll draw them eventually. They're somewhere. Sujov says he values having an evenish split of Stingers and Tacticians rather than just all of one. That's interesting. I think I like having some of both for sure. Too. Yeah. Yikes. Just
go ahead and cycle that.
Cycle. this is what our deck's problem is.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a card we can cast.
I mean, this guy, like any issues that he has with his deck are kind of like not going to be here this game. He's got all 3 of his colors. He's got his payoff card and his weaponize. Like, unless he floods, like his deck's kind of doing what it wants to do. So
yeah,
we really have to try to find the bigger cards, I think, here.
I think we'll cycle Shredded Sails or Raking Claws. Probably Raking Claws.
Yeah.
On their turn here.
I don't know why he's not sending that Sergeant. If you double block, he could just sack the cat. You want to block that?
You're right. We don't really care about the damage.
I would just take it. I mean, he can sacrifice it to kill something, but at least that takes 2 of his mana.
Okay, now we definitely just cycle Raking Claws because we can kill that.
Yeah, we want to kill that. At some point, at least.
Or play Vantasaur.
We'll cast that first.
Yeah. Our deck can actually grind pretty well. Like, if we have Vantasaur, it trades off for something, and then Brooding Moloch it back, that type of thing. We do not have Flare Sujov.
Yeah, if the deck had a Flare, it would be a lot better.
Yeah, they're going to struggle to get through the 3/6 maybe. The fact is that we know they have all spells because they've missed lands. I feel like they might have Offspring's Revenge, because that's a card that like is Mardu that works well with a bunch of cats. Okay, so I think we just
a lot of land.
Cast the Shredded Sails to kill the Sky.
Well, don't do it now.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, they have Weaponize, so you could at least do it on their turn when it would take the mana to sack it.
Good point. Good point.
Might as well just attack with the Vantasaur, I guess. They're probably going to block with a cat and sack it at one of your tokens.
Yeah, or they'll double block and then sack something to kill it. Yeah, but even just getting these sacks out is nice in the long run. Wow, they don't sack it.
Oh, so he's got that stupid 4/2, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, I would assume.
Yeah.
That's not good. Well, you want to Sails the Flyer, but I mean, you need that Moloch soon, I think, or it's gonna be real bad.
Yeah, not looking great for the home team here.
No, I mean, drew a lot of land, not a lot of action.
Yeah, a lot of our action was just cycling stuff. Maybe we should cut a land from the deck, because this is the type of thing that has happened most of the games. Yeah, they've also kind of just gone off. They had, like, a lot of good stuff here.
Yeah, their draw is really good.
I think we block like that, right?
Yeah, gotta block stuff.
We'll just take 8. Yeah.
I mean, the game's basically over.
Yeah.
But, it's not going to take long to draw another card or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Not close.
Not
so
really.
If you did want to cut a land, I think you'd probably want to put in that 2/4. It's just a body.
Yeah, I agree. I like that idea. Something that hits.
I don't necessarily want to cut a plains for it, but I don't know if you want to play with 5 mountains either. So it's your call. I mean,
I feel like we have so many 1-mana cyclers that we can probably get away with it. And it can gain us some life, which can be useful. We could play Windscarred Crag to help our colored sources.
We could do that. I mean,
with 12 lands, colored sources is a huge thing.
Yeah, you can do that if you want.
Let's do that. Cut the land.
This deck's really not curving out too much, and I still don't generally like to play those, but it's not that bad here.
Just for colored sources. I mean, because we have only 12 lands.
This is all right.
Yeah, this looks nice. I think the Heat Bond.
This is definitely a better setup against any kind of like grindy black deck.
Yeah.
By like a lot. Just an extra spell and 1 less land is going to help a lot. But if you're trying to beat like a mutate deck, I think you'd rather have the land just to kind of cast the threats because they can't really interact with your threats. So
yeah,
it's just kind of like what you want it set up more against. This is better against your worst matchups at least.
Yeah, true. It's tricky to choose sometimes.
Yeah.
It's cool also just to try new configurations just to see which one like feels a little bit better sometimes. I don't know.
Yeah, like if I was sideboarding against that last match, I would definitely want to do what you just did.
Yeah, that's the benefit of best of 3.
All the threats in, basically. So,
Corpus asks, what are your thoughts on Deadeye?
I like Deadeye.
Like
sometimes the 4 slot gets crowded. Like if it's best if you have like the Whisper squads and stuff like that it goes with. It competes with I guess Poacher and a few other things. And Black White, it also competes with I like the 3/3 that brings in a 1/1 a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But I tend to make room for a Deadeye, at least one in most any of those Black White or Black Red decks.
Do you take
And
it?
I'll be happy to play a few sometimes.
Do you take it over like the 2/3 that come like the Night Squad Commando?
I would say no. Unless towards the end of a draft, what you need is what you need. But if we're talking, pack 1, mid pack 2, kind of still filling the deck out, I would take the 2/3.
Yeah. Do you like? I don't really like cycling here because we already have the lands we need.
No, I would not cycle.
And 1-mana cyclers are so good with Rescuer. I like just casting Rescuer on 2.
Yeah, you
value.
have to, I think.
Start to get.
If you had any other 2-drop, I would play that.
Yeah, so we can get immediate value.
Yeah.
Grim Dancer, eh?
That's good. Anything that doesn't just kill your creature is nice to see.
So we just start cycling to make 1/1s?
Did he do Death Touch Menace?
Death Touch Menace, yeah.
That's good for you. I like playing a Snare Tactician.
Yeah, just curving out. We don't
I
attack,
don't think it's too greedy. No.
No attacks.
No, definitely not. I think people don't call Lifelink nearly enough on that Grim.
Oh, yeah, I agree completely.
I mean, if he called Lifelink on it, it'd be a lot worse.
And they're attacking.
Yeah, well, they kind of have to do that.
Cupboard.
Against a Tactician. Well, that's got kind of have to be tapped for the rest of the game.
Stinger's interesting.
It is. I don't think Stinger's like that great. Like I think I would cycle a 1-mana cycler, and then if you drew a land, I would play the Stinger.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But I would be okay. I want to get the 5 damage in here more than definitely get the Stinger out.
Mm-hmm.
And this is now you just tap that cupboard on his turn.
Yeah, cycle like Shredded Sails or something, or Raking Claws.
I might cycle the. Go ahead and cycle like the Memory Leak. I don't know. It's tough. Yeah, I guess you could do a 2-mana cycler. That's fine, because you're going to want to cycle on your turn anyway to get the token, so you want to do a 1-mana cycler then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like this. This is right.
I like getting rid of Raking Claws too, because they're a white deck that could have some flying. Heat Bonder showing his face over.
We don't want him to mutate onto that cupboard, but it's possible. Vulpikeet, so I guess you still couldn't kill it with that. But all right, so I think you have to cycle like Memory Leak. I didn't see that one hiding out.
Hiding out, yes.
I mean, 4 mana up could. I mean, he does have a blue land in play, so maybe he's got like still a lot of stuff he can't cast still. But I mean, you have to attack. But I'm worried something's gonna happen.
Yeah, losing our snare would have been real bad.
Wow, nothing happened.
Haha, justice.
Yeah, just have to pass. Yeah, just start tapping.
I like using Memory Leak here because then we can also go for blood if they play a second creature for 6 mana.
Yeah, it's fine. At this point, if you get one more turn of all this stuff, it's pretty much game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if the Grim Dancer attacks, so go ahead and tap him too. Six mana. I mean, Blitz Leech maybe. All right, does have Blitz Leech.
That's okay though. I think we win. We play.
I don't know. I haven't done the math.
We play land, Stinger, cycle, tap 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, we're 1 mana off.
We're probably going to win. Let's see here. Hold on.
I think I like
play the land.
Yeah, I think Snare Tactician and then hold a 1-mana cycler to tap 2 things.
That's kind of what it looks like to me as well. Don't get ahead of yourself here. All right, play Snare Tactician. I don't think there's any reason to do 3 with the tokens, or maybe there is. Like, you could send the tokens if you wanted. Seems like it might be right.
Yeah, so then they go to 6. Next
it's your call.
Tap down 2 things.
I don't feel strong about it.
Yeah, then we set up lethal next turn. Whereas this way, otherwise we wouldn't.
Yeah.
Though I guess the stinger makes it lethal, so.
It could be worse if they mutate onto Cub Warden or something and get some tokens. It'd be better if somehow they have like sulfur fumes or whatever kills all your 1/1s.
Yeah.
But it gets them lower for the stinger too if kind of everything starts to fail somehow. I don't think that's gonna do anything.
Yeah, that's kind of useless. As long as they don't have like a Vulpikeet, we're in great shape.
Have so many cycle taps.
So we tap this
Yes,
thing.
basically just removal's all that matters against you.
Yeah, we tap that and the 3.
The Cub Warden and whatever else you want.
Yeah, let's go. Well, you have so much cycling. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, when those things live,
Yeah.
not beating you a creature ever.
Snare Tactician is vicious. Especially doubles.
It's like maybe he's got. I thought he might be sacrificing to kill a snare, but yeah, that's fine.
We still win. We just tap everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
We have so much cycling. Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
And then we kill them. We even overkill them by 1. Nice. Whew. Nice. That worked out. Our deck is really was firing on all cylinders there. We had the Valiant Rescuer in play for the first time. Still have yet to cast a Moloch, but you know.
Yeah, that's crazy.
The Moloch doesn't really need to get cast, I guess. Just kind of unreal because we have 2 of them and it's like a pretty good card in our deck.
Yeah, it's kind of an important one, I thought.
Yeah, because we have like it's like a pretty solid payoff for cycling stuff early and getting us value later. Helps us grind out other decks. 12 lands didn't punish us that game. The Heed Bonder was in our hand. Would have probably been better as a land, but it wasn't a game breaker. Playing as Diamond here. This hand's more sketchy to me. I'm not sure I would keep this. Even though it does have the snare and a 2-drop. It's close.
I would keep it, but I mean...
Let's do it then. I like to...
You don't have either of your best cards, so that's what reason the mulligan, I guess. But I think the hand can function. I just don't know that it's... I guess I don't know how good it is.
Yeah, I think it's... like, it's got spells and stuff to do, but... We're lacking a color. We're lacking our good cards, so...
Yeah, I think maybe if you had, like, 2 Foxes and a 3/1 Rescuer, maybe it's closer to a mulligan. Like, I think it's a fine hand, but it just doesn't have any of your best cards.
Yeah. It also didn't have our red mana
to cast a 2-drop. I know.
But I'm liking things now. And as soon as we get to lane 3, I'm glad that we don't have extra land in our deck. I'm like, yes, Heat Bonder's in there somewhere, waiting to be drawn. Ooh, the Wolverine. Yikes. Get that Tactician out there. If they don't kill Tactician, we're going to be in good shape, I think.
Blue-red likely has some answers.
Yeah, that is true.
But we'll see.
Yeah.
They got a real nice start.
Indeed. Okay, so I think we cycle to start.
I mean, the only thing you can otherwise do is play your healer to kill that Wolverine with a fight. I'm not really wild about that.
We could play healer and then cycle to gain a life.
Yeah, I would do that at least.
Because life gain is pretty nice here. Then do you play this Crag or Plains and cycle? Probably the Crag.
The Crag.
That way if we draw Moloch, we can cast it.
Out of attack.
Yeah. This is definitely the difference between our version of the deck and like the best possible version is just the threat density. And ours is a little light.
Yeah.
But honestly, our deck is. I think we did draft the best deck we could have drafted in our seat. Because
Yeah, I
think it
think
was
so.
open. Because 1 mana cyclers were just flowing.
And like I say, I mean, we could have. You would have thought we could have at least found some Wolverines, if not Marmosets. But
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there were many around.
Start by cycling. We don't have any 4-drops, I don't think. So cycling sales is maybe okay.
It's fine.
Yeah. Hoping to find a 2-drop now. Yikes.
Yeah, it doesn't look good, but
Things are looking grim for the home team. We can chump this thing. Oh, there's a Moloch.
alright.
I think we can attack for 1 and then hold back a blocker.
Yeah, I mean, we got to do everything we can for sure.
Probably should have chumped with the human because the human, I mean the non-human because the human has
Yeah,
some
I
synergy.
guess, but it doesn't matter much. I mean, I could even have dealt with you attacking for 2, but this is also fine. It's probably better to try to jump in case he just has a flyer. All right. So that kind of would be crazy if he doesn't have like burn, but I mean, there's nothing you can do about that really.
Do we cycle Go for Blood here?
I don't think so. I mean, what are we trying to hit?
Snare Tactician?
Instead of Moloch, you think?
3, 4, 5.
I don't know. I would just play the Moloch to get the healer back, and then still have the Go for Blood to fight, and hope everything goes right.
I hope everything goes right.
I mean, if all he has is a removal for your Moloch, like that's pretty bold tap right there.
We're dead to remove to our Moloch because we don't have enough.
I know. I just feel like that's probably not all he has. Plus, I mean, are you really going to be in that great of a spot if we find your 1 Snare Tactician?
Yeah, good point.
And exactly the card underneath this one? Like,
yeah.
I think it's desperate enough just to hope he played overly aggressive. I mean, I could see another one of the tap cards, or I could see like a flare or something that just kills you. Those are really the only things that make sense.
They have the flare.
Either way, I mean, that he did it in a way where if you happen to have like the thing that gives indestructible, he gets screwed.
Yeah, fight as 1. Can you imagine if we had fight as 1 there? That would have been such a satisfying ending.
But
we did cast the
rooting Moloch, so it wouldn't have mattered if you found the other thing.
We did get to cast a rooting Moloch before the draft ended, so that was at least a relief on that front.
That's probably about a good. I mean, you played against everyone was diamond or higher. Everyone had a pretty good deck that you played against. Maybe there was like one real slow green deck we ran over, but I mean that deck wasn't amazing. I think 4-3 or 5-2 is about what I would
pretty
expect
solid
out of it against pretty good decks. So.
Yeah, GG Deals and Dragons in the chat. But yeah, so that was going to do it for this draft video. Thanks again to Kyle for coming on. Where can people find you if they want to find your content?
Pretty much just my stream, most every night drafting, TheHamTV.
There'll be a link to that in the description and also to his Twitter in the description and pinned comment down below. Thanks again for coming on. It was really fun having you as a guest. If you did make it to the end of the video, folks, leave a hashtag Moloch cast to let us know you made it all the way to the end of the video. Remember to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment. And be sure to check out Kyle's content. He does really make top-notch draft content and streams and all that good stuff. So that's going to do it for this one. I hope you folks enjoyed it, and we'll talk to you next time.